Why do American cities so often feel empty, like something is just missing? You walk through them, and they don't hum with life like towns do in other parts of the world. It's not just a feeling. It's a deep problem, built into the very bones of our places. What if this strange quiet wasn't by chance, but a choice made decades ago? And that choice still shapes our lives today. It's a feeling a lot of us have, and it's not just in your head. Think about the places we love to visit in Europe. You walk down these charming old streets with shops on the ground floor and people living right above them. Everything feels close, connected, and full of life. But here's the thing that most people don't know. American cities used to look a lot more like that. 100 years ago, our towns were way more compact and walkable. So what happened? Well, after World War II, a new version of the American dream took over. It was a dream of a big house, a green lawn, and a car in every driveway. And to make that dream happen, we totally redesigned our cities. We started building everything around the car. We created rules that separated everything out. You live over here, you shop way over there, and you work somewhere else entirely. And in the process, we tore down all the stuff in the middle, like row houses and small apartment buildings, that made neighborhoods feel like actual neighborhoods. That one big choice is the real reason why so many of our cities feel so quiet today. So what did we lose exactly? What was this lost blueprint for a living city? Well, 100 years ago, American cities were built on a totally different logic. They were much more compact, filled with beautiful old buildings that were usually between 4 and 10 stories high. Think of tree-lined streets with classic brownstones or row houses. The kind of places with shops on the ground floor and apartments right above them. You could walk to the grocery store, the theater, a local cafe, or just hop on public transit to get anywhere else you needed to go. Everything was connected. A huge part of this was something that's now called missing middle housing. This isn't about giant skyscrapers or single-family homes. It's the stuff in between. Think of Chicago's two flats or Boston's triple-deckers. These buildings provided enough density to support local businesses and make neighborhoods walkable, but they still felt human-scaled. This design naturally created a more lively, integrated way of life. But that blueprint was systematically erased over the last 70 years. City planners at the time decided it was better to separate everything. They believed people wanted to live in one zone, work in another, and shop in a third. To make that happen, cities like Minneapolis bulldozed huge sections of their missing middle neighborhoods. They were replaced with wider roads for more traffic, giant parking lots, and big commercial high-rises that were empty after 5 p.m. The impact was devastating. The population of Minneapolis, for example, dropped from over 500,000 in 1950 to just 368,000 by the 1990s. And as people left, so did the demand for all the beautiful things that make a city feel alive: theaters, neighborhood restaurants, and lively streets you could walk down at night. While most cities went down this path, a few, like New York, give us a glimpse of what was lost. New York still operates on a rhythm built for people, not cars. Daily life doesn't demand a vehicle. The streets are designed for walking, the transit is robust, and the density is high. Public spaces aren't just for decoration, they're functional extensions of daily life. The sidewalks, the parks, the stoops on a brownstone, they're constantly filled with people, creating a natural vibrancy at all hours. This density isn't just physical, it's social. It forces interaction. Errands, social life, and work all blend together. This constant engagement makes the public spaces feel like they're truly owned by the residents. It's a tangible, breathing example of the human-scale design that once defined so many American cities. But after World War II, most of America went in the exact opposite direction. A new vision took hold, and it was built around two things: the car and the idea of a single-family home in the suburbs. This was the new American dream. And to make it a reality, we had to completely re-engineer our cities. The old, dense, walkable neighborhoods were seen as a problem to be solved. They were in the way, so planners got to work. In cities like Kansas City and Milwaukee, they started tearing down huge sections of the city. Entire blocks of those missing middle homes were bulldozed to the ground. And what replaced them? Highways. Giant, multi-lane roads cut right through the heart of the city. And next to those highways, massive parking lots. It all stemmed from this utopian belief that the car would give everyone ultimate freedom. But that freedom came at a huge cost. At the exact same time, cities brought in a new rulebook called single-use zoning. The idea was to separate everything. You live over here, in a zone just for houses. You work way over there, in a zone for offices. And you shop in a completely different zone for stores. This instantly made those classic mixed-use buildings, with a shop on the ground floor and apartments above, illegal to build in most places. The new blueprint for America was total separation, and the car was the only thing that could stitch it all together. The results were massive. With new highways making it easy to leave, people fled the cities for the suburbs in huge numbers. Take Minneapolis again. In 1950, its population was over 521,000. By the 1990s, it had dropped like a rock to just 368,000. People just left. And even today, the city's population still hasn't recovered to what it was back then. Over a few short decades, we had engineered the emptiness. And for generations of Americans who grew up after this, the new, boring streetscape just became normal. A world where you have to drive everywhere wasn't seen as a choice we made. It was just the way things were. So what does this new normal actually look like in our day-to-day lives? It looks like living in one place, working in another, and socializing somewhere else entirely. Our lives are spread out across miles and miles of roads. And because everything is so separated, the car isn't a choice anymore. It's a necessity. You have to drive to get groceries, to see friends, to drop your kids off at school. Every single trip requires getting in the car. This creates a quiet kind of isolation. Think about it. When do you ever just run into a neighbor anymore? When you go from your house, to your car, to a parking lot, to a store, and back again, you miss all those little, unplanned human interactions that make a place feel alive. Those moments don't happen in a parking lot. The scar is that deep. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be this way. Just look at New York City. It's basically the only major American city that completely bucks this trend. Why? Because it was built for people, not cars. In New York, you can live your entire life without ever needing to drive. Your daily errands, your social life, your job, it all blends together. You can walk out your door to grab a coffee. Public spaces are packed. Culture isn't something you have to drive to. It's just part of the background noise of your day. New York shows us what we gave up. That feeling of lifelessness in so many other American cities isn't an accident. It's the direct consequence of 100,000 choices to build for the car first, and for people second. The quiet feeling in so many American cities isn't just a coincidence. We swapped vibrant, walkable neighborhoods and mixed housing for endless roads, sprawling suburbs, and car dependency. This choice pushed daily life apart, making those spontaneous, human interactions a rarity.